My name is Jason Benet. Today we have a very special guest.
I wanted to be different. I wanted to be something more than just a gross out horror film.
It was required by your contract that you had to deliver nudity and violence.
Wow, that really looks gross. Like, it's real.
We were actually in the cave, so there weren't any crocodiles there. The water was freezing. We did actually swim in them.
You know, I was scared, but I really liked the rush of it.
I'm a huge Dario Argento fan. I would happily have a giallo night.
The Thing and The Stuff. It sounds like I'm just saying gibberish, but those are names of movies.
The horror genre always evolves into something you're not expecting.
Why are we going here if everyone's died in this house?
I was actually scared as we were running through it.
Most of these guys who play really horrible characters are such sweet guys.
Part of this ongoing cult.
Anytime there's something spooky to be seen or heard or read, I'm there.
Horror has always felt like home to me.
Benet's Bloody Bits.
Within the seclusion of a forest lies the secret of a terror unimagined.
I don't know whether you'd like it, though. It's right in the middle of nowhere.
Where the young come to play and to party.
I guarantee you this is going to be a weekend you'll never forget.
Campers. It's like a minefield.
What'd you set all these traps around the house for?
Because I'm gonna get him.
Oh, by the way, there's a lot of kids around here. Anything happens to them, I'm gonna hold you responsible.
See how you do it, Tracy?
I missed. You know you don't have to swallow, sissy.
In these woods, fresh air can be bad for your health.
This was no accident, Ted.
Tell us about the murder again.
You're the only one who can save those kids.
If there weren't an orgy in there, would I do this? What? Stay away! Come any closer!
Body count. The mathematics of murder and menace. Where the hills are alive with the sound of screaming. Body count.
Welcome to Triple B. My name is Jason Benet. I'm back with another installment of Where's the Blu-Ray? And today we're going to look at body counts. Now, when I was growing up, I always thought slasher films originated with Friday the 13th and its sequels, just because in that time, 1980, we were limited to our knowledge and what was out there. So you figure Friday the 13th, that's the best. It made a lot of money. It takes place in the woods. You have this killer. It's Pamela Voorhees. Eventually it becomes Jason Voorhees. But little did I know, it really started with Mario Bava, with Twitch of the Death Nerve, Bay of Blood. Without that film, there is no Friday the 13th. And I didn't find that out till many years later. Just because the Italian horror films, a lot of them were not available in the States for the longest time. So we have to give props and respect to the film that started it all, which is Bay of Blood. There's no way that Sean Cunningham did not watch that film before he sat down and directed Friday the 13th. So really it started with the Italians, who are always accused of ripping off the Americans with cinema. Sometimes they do, sometimes it's the other way around. So we go from the Italians to the Americans. Now back to the Italians with Ruggero Deodato, the infamous director of Cannibal Holocaust, doing a riff on his, Friday the 13th with Body Count. And it's a film, it's got David Hess, who had previously worked with Deodato on House on the Edge of the Park. He's kind of graying in the temples in this film, so that's kind of cool, showing his age. Another veteran, Mimsy Farmer, and even Charles Napier as the sheriff. But of course, you need the dumb teenagers, right? Who get a little bit naked, creative kills. That's the key to these films. They're comfort food for me. Slasher films have always been my favorite subgenre of horror, so I'm more forgiving for these films than any other ones. But this is a solid film. You have a great hooded figure with the mask. Sometimes that can be the key, because if it's a wonky, funky mask and you just kind of don't believe it and it doesn't work for the film, this mask is great. Love the figure, the cape and everything. The kills, they're there. They're creative. They're cool. They're bloody. They're gory. They're like they're supposed to be. And it's a grindhouse slasher film. Late 80s, kind of like slasher films winding down until they kind of re-propped back up with Wes Craven's Scream in 1996. But slasher films were still going strong in the late 80s. This is proof of that, along with other films like Intruder, Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3. But where is the Blu-ray for this film? As far as I know, in the States, it's never had a disc release at all. Now, is it the music rights or the film rights? We don't know, but this film is long overdue for a Blu-ray release. It has Severin Films, David Gregory's company, written all over it. They're the company, if it ever does come out, God, willing, we'll get it from them. And I think it will eventually. It has to be the rights, legal issue, entanglements. Maybe it's to do with the elements are not great for doing a Blu-ray, but there's got to be a solution to it. I think with patience, if we wait it out, we're eventually going to get it. You can watch kind of washed out copy over at Tubi. It's better than not watching it all. But I want it on Blu-ray. This is one of my favorite slasher films of the 80s, kind of unsung, not talked about enough, and wanted to put a spotlight on it. Hopefully it gets a Blu-ray release. And yeah, it's fun going down memory lane, thinking about this kind of film. Ruggero Deodato, David Hess, slasher film, late 80s. Let's make it happen. But thank you guys for watching. Stay scared and talk to you soon.